In this video, we're going to take a look at creating segments and groups. When you do the automation, you have an option of sending a message. Rather than just a blind invite, you can send a message letting them know why you want to. Now, if you send the same message in Facebook to 30 people every day and it's always the same, Facebook is eventually going to start restricting you for sending copy and paste messages. Okay, so we want to vary those up. So we use a concept called segments and groups. And if you've used segments and groups in the other Genius products, any other Genius products, you can probably skip this video as you're already familiar with the concept, and it works here the same way. If you're not familiar with the Genius brand of products and how they work with segments and groups, then you'll want to pay close attention to this video. I'm going to go over here to a Google Doc so that I can kind of show you an example. What we want is we might want to say something to them like, "Hi, I invited you to our I Love Software group, software Facebook group. Please join if it looks like I'll put a good fit." Okay, maybe that's the sentence we want. But we don't want to put this 30 times because Facebook will go, "What are you doing? You're just spamming people. You're copying and pasting." So what we do is we break these up into segments. So maybe the hi is a segment. I invited you to our I Love Software Facebook group is a segment. And please join if it looks like a good fit. So we'll have 3 segments. So I'll call this the intro segment, which we'll create, right? Which is just your hi, right? So maybe it's hi, maybe hello, maybe hey there, all right? And I'll put a period, And those are 3 different variations, but maybe we're even going to repeat them with like hi, whatever their first name is, and hello. See how we can get extra options, and then whatever their first name is, we have a field that'll handle that for you. And then we could even do hey first name. So now we have 6 different variations of this segment, but they all say the same thing, right? So at a segment 2, which we'll call the invite segment, okay, we want to say, I invited you to our I Love Software group. Okay, that's what we want to say. So that'll be the first option, but we want to give different variations on a theme so that when it goes out, it will have some different variations. So maybe the next one is we can put, I just invited you to the I Love Software group. It's a little different, right? It's just different enough that it doesn't look like you're copying and pasting. Maybe I sent you an invite to my Facebook group, I Love Software. Okay, different variation. And we can make a half a dozen of those. For purpose of this video, I don't want this to be 10 minutes, so we'll just leave it at that. But you see what I'm doing? I'm getting different variations so that when our software says, hey, let's get a variation of this segment, it'll be a little bit different for each one. And then we'll come down here and we'll call this the end segment, right? And on that one, please join if it looks like a good fit. I hope you accept. Would love to see you in there. Oh my goodness. I'm a lousy typist. Okay. Please join if it looks like a good fit. I hope you accept. Would love to see you in there. Hope you join. And let's do one more variation. If this looks good, please join. I don't know. So we got a few variations. So we want to go, we have these, and then what we're going to do, that's the segments, and then for the group, what we're going to do is tell the software, pick an option from segment 1, right? So pick one of these, then immediately follow it with an option from segment 2, right? So then it's going to choose one of those, and then randomly pick an option from segment 3. And you're going to string them all together in one sentence, or one paragraph, I mean. And so it's different. So the first one might say, hi, I invited you to our I Love Software Facebook group. Please join if it looks like a good fit. The next one might say, hi, John. I sent you an invite to my Facebook group, I Love Software. I hope you accept. Would love to see you in there. So it'll random. So you see what we're doing, and now Facebook sees these coming through, and it looks like you actually typed them. It doesn't look like you cut and pasted them. Okay, so we're going to build these segments. All right, so you do that by creating a new segment, and we'll do just what we did. We'll call this our intro segment for this is Love Software Group. Okay, and you could, if you have different groups you're going to invite at different times, your intro can always be the same, right? Your end segment can always be the same. You don't need to redo those and create new segments, and you just do a different invite segment. Okay, this would be an invite segment for the Love Software Group, but you could do other ones for other products. Okay, back to here. So intro segment for Love Software Group. All right, and again, we have hi, and we want to hit add over here on the right. Hello, hit add, right? What did we have? We had hey there. We'll hit add, and then we want to do them with first names, right? So hi, comma, space, first name, maybe period. Whoops. Got to click back in there if you want to do something after it. And we can do several of those. Actually, I will do several because I'll be using these, right? So hello, first name. Click back in there, period, add. And once you've got enough that you want, hit save message segment. So now we have that intro segment. Okay, now we want a new one. We want the invite for Love Software Group. Okay, and I'll just go copy and paste these so I don't have to keep typing because I'm a bad typist, right? So we'll add that as the first option. We'll add this one as our second option. Okay, I'm just copying and pasting them in here. And then we've got a third option. We'll go copy this in. And we'll put that right there. Add. And we'll make that segment. Okay? And then we'll create a new one. And this is the end segment for... Actually, these are for group invites. Right? This is not specific to this software, actually. So please join if it looks like a good fit. You could even use this, for pages, or please, you probably say please accept if it was a page. Add. I hope you accept. Would love to see you in there. I don't need those extra spaces at the end. Right there, add. We'll add our last two. Hope you join. And then finally, last but not least, if it looks good, please join. If this looks good, please join. Okay? So we have 4 options there. Make sure I hit add first. Save segment. Okay, so we have 3 segments. I'm going to edit this one. This is just an intro segment for groups. Actually, it's just an intro segment. It could be used for anything, right? We can reuse this for any type of application. So now what we want to do, we've got our segments, but we need to create a group. So remember, we need to string these together as a coherent sentence. And we do that by clicking Create New, and this is going to be invite for, this is for the Love Software Group because it's going to be specific. And we want to go down here and click Insert. We can insert static text, which will be always the same for everything. You don't necessarily want to do that very much. You can insert first name, last name, or group link. Okay, that would be a way to do some like if you're going to put the group name in there, or you want to put the link in there, you can do that based on whatever goes out. But what I'm going to show you is, I need to go back to insert. Let's get rid of that. All right, well, let's refresh the page. That looks like a minor little bug we'll have to get fixed. Create new. This is end segment for, what is this? Love Software Group. This is just a name I made up. And we're going to insert a message segment. We want the intro segment first. Message segment, we want the invite second. and then we're going to end with the end segment. Okay, and we're going to hit, oops, I don't want to insert another one. We're going to hit add. Okay, so that's our build message set. See, and it looks exactly like we have here. We've got segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, which is exactly the intro segment. Whoops, the intro segment. I can make that a little bigger. The invite for that specific group, and end segment for group invites. Okay? So that's our group. Now, you only need one message group with all your segments in it, but for segments, the individual segments, you must have at least 2 options. The more the better, but must have at least 2 for it to function. And now when you do an automation and you need to insert a message group, okay, that group didn't save. Oh, I didn't hit save message group, see? End segment for Love Software Group. And I'll show you, see how easy these are to build. We just rebuild this. It's not a big deal. Insert message segment. Whoops, insert message segment. And I hit add. After you do that, before you go off the page, make sure you save that segment. Okay, now when you go off and you come back, you'll be there. And now you'll have a message group that you can use when you're building your automations. Hopefully that's been helpful to you. Go have fun with it. Build some segments and groups.